One Piece chapter 1015 is here, and per usual, we're gonna talk about it. There's a particular part in the chapter that I didn't expect that really shocked me. If you guys didn't know, in the One Piece anime, the raid is actually about to start. Like, it's really close. Like, they just got out of the flashback, and I can't wait to see all of this animated. Like, I keep thinking about everything that's transpiring. Seeing this animated is gonna be fantastic. But if you're here for the first time though, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know every time I drop a video. You can drop a like as well, I'd certainly appreciate that. Not gonna waste any more time, let's talk about the actual chapter. This transpired a bit later than I thought. Like last chapter, I thought it was gonna be about morale, where the morale just completely dropped off after people find out about Luffy losing. That's what happened this chapter, where slowly but surely you saw it trickling through just the crowd, where everyone was saying, oh my God, this is what's gonna happen. Luffy's done. And of course, the person panicking the most is Chopper, because Chopper is the young one, the vulnerable one. So of course, he's overreacting to the point that Sanji had to say, hey, relax. You held it down for a while. You did good, but relax, we're fine. Oda is consistent in Queen's characterization, where Queen enjoys the game. But we knew Chopper couldn't really hang with Queen. You know, people talking about, oh my God, Chopper is fighting Queen. Queen is saying, I was playing into it because you guys are so fired up. He enjoys the game. We knew that from Udon. So him just playing into this entire thing and not taking any damage, that's very much like Queen. But that narrative of the general falling and people losing their composure, Oda tried to push that here. He tried to give you that feeling of things are shifting. People are starting to lose hope a little bit. That's how it started to feel. I was like, let's see how this transpires to the end of the chapter, because I wonder how each Straw Hat will react to this news. Chopper, that's a given. Usopp, maybe. But the others I was interested in. Sanji wiped that from my mind completely, because as soon as Sanji came in, it automatically not only reassured Chopper, but me as the reader. I was like, okay, I was worried for nothing, right? And Queen calling Chopper tender venison. Don't play Chopper like that. But Sanji came in, Diablo Jambe, and it seems like Sanji's matchup is here. Sanji versus Queen. Now, I'd been saying a tag team duel between Queen, King, Marco, Sanji would be the most apt at this point, but Queen seemed to be the most appropriate opponent, because I want to see anti-manner kick course again on an opponent like Queen. He's large enough. We haven't seen it in so long. Please, Oda, give us anti-manner kick course. Regardless, Sanji's here. I think this is his final matchup for the arc. Maybe he does other things, but I think this may be his major opponent here. So this is really exciting. And this is something that we could have kind of foresaw. Sanji and Queen seem to have a connection through his father, because Queen seems to know of Judge. More than likely, he worked with him in the past. So it's like, okay, Queen's technology versus Judge's technology. That's probably going to be the battle there. Because, you know, Oda likes having underlying battles along with what's going on the surface. So I think that's where it's trending. We consistently talk about Sanji and what Sanji's doing. Things like this is what he excels at, right? Coming in at the last minute, saving his crew and motivating his crew. In this situation, Chopper was, panicking. Again, he was reeling. He was thinking, okay, Luffy's done. And it was starting to spread throughout the crowd. Sanji immediately came, right? Left Zoro to Chopper, like I've said was going to happen in regards to, that's the most appropriate. And Sanji heading there, it makes a lot of sense for Chopper to be the one to try to nurse Zoro back to not 100% healthy enough so that he can aid them still. So Zoro's 100% coming back to fight someone. Now, I think something that could happen is Zoro gets, not revived, but revitalized a bit, and then he aids Marco in taking down King. That could be something that happens, but Zoro is 100% coming back. He's in Chopper's hands, right? Chopper's gonna do something amazing. Maybe Chopper has a new technique to, heal his crewmates, something like that. But I like the fact that Chopper is in charge of Zoro now, instead of Sanji carrying him around in a splint, right? Sanji, he's not a doctor. He's not doctoring like Chopper would. This moment genuinely made me laugh out loud. And as Marco's like, that's why I like him, yo. And like, that's how he speaks, right? That's how it's been shown in regards to his mannerisms and his speech pattern. I like Marco, dude. Like, he speaks like he's 15, right? But he's like, that's why I like him, yo. Because member of the Alliance, they're saying, okay, their captain is supposedly dead and they haven't lost any hope, any vigor. They're still in the fight and ready to keep going, which is a skill and a belief that no matter what you hear, what people are saying, you're gonna believe in Luffy because you've witnessed it, right? It's like LeBron, right? Wait, that's not an apt comparison right now. But the Straw Hats can believe, and it's easy for them to believe because they've seen Luffy come back from Crocodile. They've seen Luffy come back from Enel. They've seen Luffy come back from Doflamingo, Katakuri. For them to believe in Luffy, it's just like, it's believe in Luffy. It's like they know that he's gonna pull through. So what transpired at the end with Momo, yes, it's a deeper thing with Momo and Luffy, but it's something that we all figured. Like Luffy was definitely gonna make it back. I'm not sure if Luffy, okay, we're jumping ahead a bit because we have to talk about just Kaido and that eerie death, like, moment. When we shifted to that moment, I think the mood changed. I think Oda did a great job of depicting that area where in a way it was stifling. You felt it. I think that was really well done. The setting was depicted in a way as the reader where you felt the mood shift from Kaido's silhouette to the dead bodies, then panning to Kaido, how the death was done with Kinemon, or the supposed death. Very well done. I think that was exquisite. Quickly though, with Perospero, how he went out or how he got damaged, seems like Sanji, because of how he was kicking Queen, and that reflection from the arrows managed to hit Perospero. Really weird way for Perospero to get hurt. He's not done, obviously, but it was just like, I mean, it's a One Piece thing to happen. That's all I can say about that. But back to Kaido and that setting. The Kinemon flashbacks, they started to make me a bit worried. I was like, okay, what are we doing here, Oda? Why are you showing me Kinemon flashbacks with him and Momonosuke? And the Scabbards continue to show that they're willing to go to, to whatever ends to save Momonosuke or to just help Momonosuke. If it can help him get away for a little bit, they're going to do it, especially Kinemon, because Kinemon even portrayed himself as Momonosuke's father and was the father figure after, Odin died, after they get transported to the future. He was the one Momonosuke was calling father. So there's an attachment there, and even in the anime, in the manga as well, it showed that immediately he had a fondness of Momonosuke because of what he meant, not only to the Kazuki, but to Odin. So seeing him pretty much give up his life for Momonosuke, it's fitting, it's expected, and it shows the bond and what he's willing to do. Kinemon, the leader of the Scabbards, again, I don't think he's dead, right? I think it's a very graphic moment. I love how Oda did it. Oda is the king of silhouettes, right? But I guess we can focus on Kaido's words a little bit, where Kaido's like, sometimes it's not easy to accept defeat, but sometimes you just gotta accept it, right? Sometimes you just gotta take the L, and Kaido's right. Kinemon, at that point, he was beaten. What are you doing? There's nothing there to gain by doing that. A couple seconds, maybe. Kaido just stabbed him. He's dead now. Just take DL. People were saying Kinemon was dead. I was like, come on. That attack, while it should kill Kinemon, in the last chapter, I didn't think he was dead. This chapter? Hey, man, he could be dead. He could be. Doubtful. Seeing Condor and Kiku there as well, I'm like, could be doubtful. That's how I feel about it. The stab was right through, man. It's right through. Oda showed that. This is my prediction now. Kiku lives, Condor lives. I think Kinemon could actually die. Kinemon could be the Scabbard to die here, but the others live though. Damn, that was really well done. I really like that part of the chapter. That's the part of the chapter where I was like, oh, okay. Again, reading it by myself, I was like, whoa, that's surprising. Didn't expect that at all. Thought Kinemon was going to be knocked out until Kaido moves away to another scene. No, Oda showed him being stabbed through the gut. He might be dead. So like I was saying, the beginning of the chapter was about how the morale was going down. Towards the second half, after Momonosuke started to talk about what Luffy's message was, the morale obviously picked back up. But it seems like the Straw Hats, they were never faltering. Kid was doing his thing. He wasn't worried about Luffy at all. And we saw King, we saw Who's Who. I'm not necessarily complaining because I'd rather see what's going on the rooftop, but those battles are very important as well. I would have liked to see a bit more. It's not over. I wish I could have seen more of these fights. The chapter was a bit choppy, in regards to reading, because there's a panel where Kaido looked like he shaved his beard. I was like, are we going into flashback here? And then, when we saw him again, he had it. So I don't know, maybe I was reading that wrong. I was like, what is going on? But the Luffy Momonosuke thing, something that we got to talk about in depth on Sunday in the breakdown. I'm confused. I'm wary. I'm like, what is this connection? It's feeding into the narrative that was set in the last chapter that, again, we'll talk about this. But I'm like, okay. Momonosuke, the person that he heard, was it just Luffy? Because if it's Luffy, why would he say, who are you? Huh? Weird things. We'll talk about it. Got to do some rereading of the previous chapters and stuff and just come to a conclusion there. So expect that on Sunday. The Law and Kid teaming up versus Big Mom was obvious that we knew that was coming. Luffy can't fight Kaido by himself. There's no way Kid was fighting Big Mom by himself. So it makes sense for Law. Law, again, reiterates what the second half of the chapter was trying to tell us. And as the reader, by that point, I'm like, yeah. But Law is saying, I've been working with him for a while, but I've learned to never say never. So I'm not going to say never, but Big Mom saw right through it. Oh, it's a bluff. But the communicating thing, we got to talk about that. The end of the chapter, Kaido, Yamato, we've been waiting for this moment. I think next chapter, there's no break next week. So that's MVP. Next chapter, I think we see a extended conversation with Kaido and Yamato. And I'm really excited about that because we're going to learn a lot about their relationship, their past a bit. We may go into flashback because I think after next chapter, probably will be a break. Maybe after that, we go into a short flashback of Kaido, which will be explosive because we know Kaido, but then we don't know it. We know Yamato, but then we don't know her. So there's much to find out there, but guys, give me your thoughts. How did you feel about this chapter? It continues. The streak continues of really, really, really good chapters of progression, information. This chapter wasn't as informative as last chapter, obviously, but just as important because not only are we moving the plot forward because that cliffhanger of who Momonosuke was talking to, etc., that seems to be resolved, but I'm weary. Right? But guys, give me your thoughts. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BragoDAce. Follow me on Instagram at BragoD.Ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Guys, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
I start doubting me, I felt lost. I rewrite it.